Okay, good day once again, traders. Welcome to today's episode of my weekly Forex Forecast. This is Onakoto Chugu speaking for Lazarus Capital. So, guys, as you all know, like I always tell us, my trading strategy is very simple. Once I've identified the direction of the market, I want price to pull back to my area of value. When price comes to this area of value, my area of value is a support or a resistance area that price have tested in the past. When price comes to this area of value, I also want to confirm that area if it's in line with my Fibonacci 5061.8. And when price gets to this area, I wait my market participant to come in, so I join them to take price in the direction of the market. So this is the BTC USD. As we all know, like I told us, I'm still bearish on the BTC USD. We can see that this is the impulse leg that drove this price down to this place. Everything that's been happening here, I consider it as a pullback. Like I always tell us, I like to consider this supply area as my line of departure. This is the point where price departed down to this place. And when price departed from this supply area down to this place, the price began to pull back, and from going to 3 months now, the BTC USD has been pulling back. So I'm still expecting that the sellers will come back and take this price down. So we can see last week, we can see our sellers are beginning to come back into the market. But at this point, I still want to be careful, with my entry. So what I'll be looking in the coming days, I can see that the BTC USD is gradually coming into my area of value. I can see there's a resistance area at this point. There's a resistance area at this point. If I take my Fibonacci from my line of departure, from this swing high to this swing low, I can see that this area here lined up with my 61.8. We've left the 51.8. I can see that the market has not fully gotten to the 61.8. There are some pips remaining for it to get there. Nevertheless, the market can drop, from wherever. From this point, the market can start dropping. But I want to still be careful, because looking back, there's something I'm seeing for these buyers who started buying this market on this point. I don't think these buyers are done with their bullish move. They are still interested in this market. So that's why I want to be careful with selling the BTC USD from here, because I think that these buyers are not yet exhausted. So if I look at this area, I'm seeing that there's a support area here. I'm seeing there's a support here. So it was acting as a resistance here. Market faked out, came back. The level acted as a resistance. So I'm seeing that there's a strong support here, and that these buyers here might come back in here and take this price back up. I want to see the buyers, giving up in this battle before I can confidently start, selling the BTC USD. Even though I'm bearish, I want to be careful, because as you know, as traders, once you've identified the direction of the market, the next thing you want to pay attention to is timing. Because one thing is to identify the direction, the next thing is to enter the right time. So I'm seeing that these buyers who took this market from this point here, I don't think they have given up. Many of them are still in the game, and they will be looking at this area as a good area for them to do a comeback. I can see that price is there now. You can see acted as a resistance here, From there it went up. It's coming back there now. So we'll have to be very, very careful at this point. So if I take my Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high, I can see that this level is a 61.8 Fibonacci area. From this swing low to this swing high, this level is a 61.8 Fibonacci area. And at this level, there's 200 EMA, there's resistance that will turn to support, and there is Fibonacci. 200 EMA resistance that will turn to support, and there's Fibonacci. So at this point I want to be careful. So what I will be looking at in the coming days is this. For me to, so I'll be paying attention at this support area where price is now. Maybe I will just even stretch it down to this one. Let me just make it a zone. Let me zone it down here. This might be too much, but I think that will keep me safer, so that I will not fall more into this, market. Okay, so this might be too big for some of us, but we have to be careful in the coming days. Maybe let's just take it back a bit, I think. Okay, cool. I think this zone will be okay. This zone will be okay from here. Just take out this. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I can see that the buyers, they have a strong hold here. The buyers have a strong hold here, strong support here. So what are we looking at for the BTC in the coming days is two things. If these buyers can take this price back up here, don't forget there are people selling this market here. I'm suspecting the market might still come back and take all of them out. Even saying that my 61.8 is still, price have not gotten to my 61.8. There's a resistance here. There's a support that will turn to resistance, and price almost got there and shied away and start coming down. So if I see the Bitcoin pull back into this area, if I see the Bitcoin pull back into this area and take out all these people that are trying to sell the market here, they are selling, they sold from here, sold from here, sold from here. All their stop losses are above this area. If I see the market come up here and take them out, and the sellers come in, I will join the sellers from here to take the price down. But if the market from this point, let me remove this. If the market from this point fails to pull back and I see a close below this support area, I'll wait for pullback. So this resistance area, from there I will join the sellers from here and take this price back down. So two things I'll be waiting in the coming days now for the Bitcoin. I'll be waiting for price to pull back to this resistance area up here, take out all these people trying to sell here. When the buyers come in from this support area, take the price up and they fail to close above. If they fail to close above, they come here and they stop, and the sellers come in. I will join the sellers from here and take the price down. But if the market fails to pull back and closes below this, when the market fails to pull back and closes below this support area, then I'll wait for the buyers to come back in, pull back to this support that will turn to resistance. Then when the sellers come in, I'll join them. So in a nutshell, in the coming days, I'll be looking to sell the Bitcoin in two locations. If I see price rise back to 83,322 around this area, 83,322 around this area. If I see price rise to this area and the sellers coming, I will join them. If price fails to rise back to this resistance and closes below this support, then I'll wait for a pullback to this area at 77,802. Then when the sellers come in from here, I will join them, take the price down, sell from here or sell from here. So guys, so that is that is it for the BTC USD. For BTC USD, in the coming days, I'll be looking to sell the BTC USD from two locations, from this resistance area, or price break below and pull back, I sell from this resistance area. So let's move to the next pair, which is the Euro USD. So for the Euro USD, I told you last week that for me the Euro USD is still trending in this range, and I can see that price have left this supply area, came to this demand area, build up and push to the upside. I told us last week that I think that the Euro USD is still bullish, but it has not gotten to the area that it wants to buy from. That ultimately I'm still expecting the Euro USD to come down to this support area. From there, I'll be expecting the buyers to come back in. That was telling us that because price have left this demand area, I'm expecting it to come back to this supply area. So when it's build up here and break out, first consolidate, I expect to see a pushback down at this support area. From this area, I'm waiting for the buyers to come in, then I'll join them. Then I was looking at this support area and saying, okay, I can see that this area is a good support area. This area is a good support area. From this point to this point, a good zone. If I look left, I'm saying that this is a support, resistance, support. So I thought that I was expecting the price to come back and use this area as a good. I was expecting the buyers to use this area as a support area to take this price back up. And if I take my Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high, I can see that this area, I can see that this zone is a good 5061.8, meaning that anywhere inside this zone, if my buyers come in, I will join them. So I can see that the sellers have come in strongly into this zone. So what I'll be waiting for in the coming days is I want to see the buyers come in and the sellers bring them back down. When the buyers come in, the sellers come back down. If they are serious, are supposed to close below this zone. But if they get here and they stop and the buyers step back in, I will join the trade from here. So in the coming days for the Euro USD, we'll be looking to buy the Euro USD. But first, we'll wait for the buyers to come in from this zone. Then when the buyers come in, wait for the sellers to bring back the price. Then if the sellers come in, they are supposed to take this price below here. If they fail to close below this zone, they get anywhere around there, they become weak, and the buyers come in. I will join the buyers from this point and take the price back to this supply area. By then the the pattern traders will be having their inverse head and shoulder complete. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, potential inverse head and shoulder, and I expect this price to go back to this supply area. Like I told us, if you are buying the Euro USD from that level, be careful, because there is still a resistance area here that the buyers have to contend with before this price will go up. So if you enter this trade, better you exit at this point, because you can see this place is a strong resistance area. But if price close above this area, then it will be coming back to this supply area. But from here, the price can still begin to come drop down. So from here, I will be buying the Euro USD. You can take out your TP1 at this point, then hold your TP2 to ride to this supply area. Okay, so these are the two pairs. Because of our time, this is the two pairs we'll be looking at this week. So let's just do a recap. So for the BTC USD, if price rise to this resistance area and the sellers come in at 83,311. You can take your entry at 83,311. Stop loss can be a bit above yards. Let's say 84,459. But if price break below this support area, wait for it to pull back to resistance area at 76,863. Stop loss can be just above that resistance at 78,710. Then you can bring your TP can be around this area at 67,854. Then for the Euro USD, wait for price to see guys, for this Euro USD, I want to show us something. You see this sell move that happened here. Whenever the sell move happen like this, the sellers are not just going to give up. Anytime the buyers come in, these sellers will consider the buyers movement as a pullback. Now let me show us something. At this area, there's still a strong resistance area here. Let me see from this point. Okay, let me just take all these zones. You see, resistance, support, resistance. So it's likely there's high chances that if the price pull back here, maybe let me see the Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low. Okay, I can see that this area is my 5061.8 area. So there's a strong resistance area here. Now, but if I also take the Fibonacci from this point, because I can see that on Friday, this is where the market dropped from. You can see there's a strong resistance area at this point. Okay, cool. I think this will be fine. Okay, fine, cool. Okay, so we can see it was acting as a support here. So these sellers now, if these buyers coming from this support area, whatever that comes in, the people that are selling this, that sold this market, they are still those who miss this move. When the price pull back up, they'll want to sell again. So in the coming days, when the market open, don't be in a hurry to buy the Euro USD. I know, because some of us will be like, this area is a good support area, let's buy. They'll say this area is a good support area, let's buy. Yes, it's a good support area. You can say acting as a resistance, you come back to act as a support. It's a good, support area, but don't be in a hurry to buy, because these sellers who sold the market from this point to this point, they are not done with the market. They are still in the market. So when the buyers come in now, when the buyers come in from this point, these sellers will take whatever that are coming as a pullback to try to push this market back down. So, and don't forget that there's a good area for them here. This area was acting as a support here. So it's a good strong gold for them. Also, that we have a 5061.8 Fibonacci at this area. Do you understand? So when the market pull back to this resistance area, wait for these sellers to come back. When these sellers come back, you start observing them. If they are serious, they're supposed to close below this area. Once the market pull back, if the sellers come back, they are serious, they're supposed to close below this zone, this support area. But if they fail to close below and they come anywhere here, maybe here or here, anywhere from this point to this point, and they become weak and the buyers come in, that is when you join the buy. That is when you join the buy and take the price up. So let me remove this one back. So for the Euro USD, entry can be from here 1.16247. Stop loss can be below here at 1.15718. Then your TP, you can take out your TP1 at this resistance area at 1.17858. Then your TP2 at this supply area at 1.20818. So guys, thank you for staying to this And until I see you next week, God bless you.